October 15, 2025, Central Texas drowns under a savage rainstorm, lightning clawing the sky above the Saturday market on Old Route 6. Tin roofs shudder, mud surges, and in a shadowed corner, a German shepherd, ribs sharp as knives beneath matted fur, strains against a rusted chain, his golden eyes blazing through the downpour. His howls shred the thunder, a desperate cry no one answers. 3 blocks away, 6-year-old Sophie Carter presses her nose to her bedroom window, counting raindrops 27 so far, her blue eyes restless as the dog's pleas claw into her soul. "He's scared, Mama, just like me," she whispers, tears spilling as thunder shakes the house. Her mother, Ellen, bone-tired from a double shift, freezes. Sophie's plea cracks her open. "Ben! Truck, now," she yells to her husband. Minutes later, their Ford roars through flooded streets, headlights slicing the dark. They reach the market, and the sight hits like a punch, the dog's choking, chest deep in rising water, chain strangling his neck. Sophie screams, "He's drowning." Ben leaps out, bolt cutters flashing, mud sucks at his boots as he wades in, a doctor against the storm. Sophie's eyes lock with the dog's, a spark ignites, a bond born in chaos that'll burn their quiet town to the ground. October 15, 2025, Central Texas sprawls under a sky torn open by lightning. A brutal expanse of sun-scorched scrub and dust stretching endlessly beyond the horizon, lashed tonight by a rare, savage rainstorm that turns the earth to a churning sea of mud. The Saturday market on Old Route 6, just outside the sleepy town of Dustin, groans under the assault, its tin-roofed stalls shudder, rusted edges creaking as torrents pound down, pooling in the cracked dirt lanes between wooden crates and sagging tarps. In a shadowed corner near the back, where the air stinks of rotting vegetables and stale grease, a German shepherd silhouette looms, a dark, jagged shape against the flickering stormlight, chained to a splintered wooden post driven deep into the ground. His black and tan coat hangs in matted clumps, dripping wet, clinging to a frame so gaunt his ribs jut out like the bars of a cage, sharp and accusing beneath the sodden fur. Water streams off his muzzle, pooling around his paws, but his golden eyes burn with a weary, unyielding defiance, hours past the market's closing. He's still there, abandoned, his howls ripping through the thunder, a desperate, guttural cry that slices the night like a blade. 3 blocks away, in a peeling yellow house with a sagging front porch and a garden choked with wildflowers, 6-year-old Sophie Carter presses her small nose to her bedroom window, her breath fogging the glass. Her blue eyes, wide, restless, and piercing, dart across the darkness, tracing raindrops as they streak down the pane. She counts 27 so far, her mind clinging to numbers like a lifeline. Sleep won't come, those howls have clawed into her since noon. When she first spotted the dog at the market, chained and shivering under Rusty Vance's cold stare. "He's still out there, Mama," she whispers, her voice trembling, small fingers shaking as they grip the sill. Thunder crashes again, shaking the house. The dog's cries sharpen, a jagged edge of fear and loneliness that mirrors something deep inside her. She turns to her mother, Ellen Carter, tears welling in those blue eyes, spilling over her pale cheeks. "He's scared, just like me. Please, we have to help him." Ellen Carter, 38, stands in the doorway of Sophie's room. Her chestnut hair a tangled mess from a double shift at Dustin High School, where she counsels teens drowning in their own storms, drugs, broken homes, the kind of raw wounds that bleed into her nights. She's bone-tired, her green eyes shadowed with exhaustion, but she watches Sophie's reflection in the rain-streaked window, and her heart twists. She sees that same fire in her daughter's gaze from earlier today, the unyielding determination that had stopped her dead at the market when Sophie locked eyes with the mangy dog everyone else ignored. Ellen hesitates, her practical side warring with the ache Sophie's plea ignites. Rusty Vance, the vendor who claims the beast, had sneered through tobacco-stained teeth when she'd asked about him earlier. "That mutt's trash, better off dead." Ain't worth the chain he's on. His words had chilled her then, a cold dismissal that clashed with the quiet nobility she'd glimpsed in the dog's eyes, but now, with Sophie's tears and the storm's roar filling the room, that resistance cracks like dry earth under rain. She takes a deep breath, her voice steady despite the tremor in her chest. "Ben. Get the truck ready." Calling down the hall to her husband. Dr. Ben Carter, 40, a pediatrician at Dustin General Hospital whose steady hands mend broken kids by day and whose quiet strength holds their family together by night. Minutes later, their beat-up Ford pickup rumbles to life, its headlights cutting through the downpour as it crawls through Dustin's flooded streets, potholes swallowing tires, water surging over curbs, toward the market. Ellen grips the wheel, knuckles white, while Sophie huddles in the passenger seat, her stuffed fox, Rusty named for her granddad's old hound, a memory she clings to, clutched tight against her chest. Ben rides shotgun, bolt cutters rattling in his lap, his dark hair plastered wet from a dash to the truck, his jaw set with the same resolve he brings to the ER. They pull up to the market's edge. The storm a living thing, wind howling, rain slashing sideways, and the scene hits them like a fist to the gut. The rising water has turned the dirt lot into a shallow, churning lake. Lapping at the German shepherd's chest, the chain around his neck pulled taut, wrapped so tight around the post he's choking to keep his muzzle above the flood. His paws scrabble in the muck. His body trembling with exhaustion, but those golden eyes still burn, fixed on the truck's lights as if he knows salvation's close. Sophie's scream pierces the night, "He's drowning." Her voice raw, cutting through the thunder's roar, her small hands pounding the window. Ben doesn't hesitate, he leaps from the cab, boots splashing into knee-deep water, mud sucking at his legs as he wades toward the dog. Bolt cutters gleaming in the lightning's flash. Ellen's breath catches, her husband's a healer, not a fighter, but there he is, chest deep in the flood, a man against the storm. Sophie's blue eyes lock on the dog's golden ones across the darkness, a silent thread stretching between them through the chaos, a spark flares, a bond neither can name yet, one that will shake their dusty town to its core and rewrite their lives in blood and fire. Sophie Carter isn't like other kids, her empathy's a wildfire, burning hot and wild, a force that sets her apart in Dustin's quiet sprawl. At Dustin Elementary, where 6-year-olds chase kickballs and scream on the playground, Sophie's the odd one out, crouching in the weeds by the chain-link fence, coaxing a hurt sparrow onto a leaf with trembling fingers or slipping her lunch scraps to the stray cats that haunt the school's back lot. Her voice, when it comes, is a soft hum, often channeled through Rusty the fox, her proxy for a world too loud, too harsh for her tender heart. Her room's a sanctuary, walls plastered with sketches of birds, bugs, and stray dogs she's met, each one named Sparky the sparrow, Whiskers the tabby, each given a story she whispers to herself at night. Ellen and Ben moved to Dustin 6 years back, right before Sophie was born, trading Austin's urban chaos for a quieter life in this yellow house with its creaking floors and a garden where Sophie hunts butterflies among the wildflowers. Ben's hands are steady, mending broken bones and stitching split skin at the hospital, a man who's seen kids bleed out and still comes home with a smile for Sophie. Ellen's words are her tools, patching the broken minds of Dustin's teens. Kids who cut too deep or drink to forget, her green eyes sharp with a compassion she's learned to guard. But Sophie, she's the one who feels the world's pain like it's her own. A gift and a curse wrapped in one small body. At 4, she'd tamed a skittish colt at her uncle's ranch outside town, her tiny hand on its muzzle, whispering soft nothings while grown men stood slack-jawed, muttering about miracles. Psychologists call it extraordinary empathy, Ellen calls it a burden, screening movies for animal tears no old yeller, ever, dodging zoos where cages twist Sophie's gut into knots. She cries for hours over roadkill, buries beetles with ceremony, her blue eyes see every wound, every hurt, and she carries them like stones. Behind the market's rotting crates and wilting vegetable stacks, The dog, called Scrap by Rusty Vance, bears scars deeper than his matted fur, a history etched in every jagged line across his hide. 2 years back, he was Titan, a star with the Austin Police Department's K-9 unit. A German shepherd trained for search and rescue, therapy, a gentle giant who'd pulled a toddler from a flooded creek and calmed shell-shocked vets with a nudge of his noble head. Stolen during a training run near Lake Travis, microchip ripped out, identity erased, he'd bounced through shadowed hands, sold to men who saw muscle, not soul, until he landed with Rusty. Vance, a lean, wiry man with a snake's grin and a riding crop always tapping his leg, runs a stall peddling exotic pets, snakes, parrots, a front for uglier trades whispered about in Dustin's bars, dog fights. Smuggled critters, a network of cruelty that keeps him untouchable. Scrap's his guard dog, kept perpetually hungry, fed just enough to stagger on, the chain around his neck so short he can barely lie down, forcing him to stand in heat, rain, or bitter cold. His once gleaming coat, a badge of pride in his K-9 days, is a mess of tangles and filth, hiding old wounds that never healed, slashes from crops, burns from cigarettes, a map of torment carved into his flesh. Market regulars toss him scraps when Rusty's back is turned. Mrs. Lila Hayes, a stooped flower seller with white hair and trembling hands, sneaks him water on scorching days, her hazel eyes darting to Rusty's stall with quiet fear, but no one dares cross him. His temper's a legend, quick, mean, and backed by rumors of connections that silence complaints. Scrap, once Titan, sits patient, watching the crowds with golden eyes that see past his ragged state, waiting for someone to glimpse the hero buried beneath the abuse. As Ben cuts the chain, metal snapping with a sharp clang, Scrap staggers free, water streaming off his muzzle, his legs trembling but his head lifting, a faint echo of the proud stance he once held. Sophie's voice carries over the storm, small but fierce, "You're safe now, boy." And something in those golden eyes ignites, a spark that's been banked for years, waiting for her to fan it into a blaze. Ellen grips the truck's door, her breath shallow. Ben hauls the dog into the cab, mud and blood streaking his jeans, his hands gentle but firm as he lifts the shivering mass of fur and bone. Sophie reaches out, her small palm brushing Scrap's wet muzzle. He doesn't flinch, doesn't snap, just leans into her touch, a fragile trust born in the chaos of flood and thunder. The truck rumbles back through Dustin's drowned streets, the storm a fading roar behind them, but this is no end, only a beginning. Rusty Vance won't let his property go without a fight. And Sophie's act of mercy has lit a fuse that'll burn through their quiet town, exposing shadows deeper and darker than the rain-soaked night. The rain lashes Dustin as Ben Carter snaps the chain with a grunt. The bolt cutters biting through rusted steel with a sharp, satisfying clang. Scrap staggers free from the flooded market lot, his waterlogged frame shaking, his matted black and tan coat plastered to his skeletal body. Water streams off his muzzle, dripping into the muck, but his golden eyes lock onto Sophie Carter's blue ones through the storm's chaos, a silent vow flashing between them in the lightning's glare. Ellen Carter grips Sophie's hand in the cab of their beat-up Ford pickup, her green eyes wide with a mix of fear and awe as Ben hauls the dog inside, mud and blood streak his jeans. His dark hair soaked flat against his skull, his pediatrician's hands steady despite the tremor of adrenaline. "He's half dead," Ben mutters, voice rough, wiping rain from his face, but Sophie's already reaching across the seat. Her small fingers trembling as she brushes Scrap's wet fur, whispering, "You're okay, boy, I've got you now." Thunder cracks overhead, a bone-rattling boom. Scrap flinches, his ears flattening. But he doesn't snap or growl, his muzzle pressing gently into her palm, a fragile trust born in the flood's fury. Ellen's breath catches, her 6-year-old daughter, small and fierce, has just yanked a half-drowned beast from death's jaws, and something primal shifts in the air. The truck lurches back toward their yellow house, tires slogging through waterlogged streets, potholes swallowing the chassis. Rain slashing the windshield, but the storm's only the first fight tonight. Back home, the Carters' garage transforms into a battlefield. Ellen drags old blankets from a storage bin, spreading them across the concrete floor, the musty smell mingling with wet dog and mud. Ben kneels with his medical kit, a battered red box he keeps stocked from hospital scraps, gauze, antiseptic, a stethoscope, his hands moving with the same precision he uses on Dustin General's pediatric ward. Sophie's beside Scrap, her stuffed fox, Rusty, tucked under one arm. Her blue eyes counting his jutting ribs 12. She can see through the soaked fur, her small voice steady despite the quiver in her chest. He's cold, Papa, fix him. Scrap's shivering. His breath shallow, but those golden eyes stay fixed on Sophie, tracking her every move as if she's the anchor in his storm. Ellen watches, her chestnut hair falling loose from its ponytail. Her counselor's calm fraying at the edges. Rusty Vance's voice haunts her from earlier at the market, "That dog's worthless, ain't worth spit." But Sophie's blue eyes blaze with a fire that chills Ellen to her core. "He's not worthless, he's mine now," her daughter declares, her small hand stroking Scrap's muzzle, and Ellen knows this isn't just a rescue, it's a war declared. Monday morning dawns gray and heavy over Dustin. The storm's aftermath leaving the town sodden and sullen, puddles gleam in the cracked streets, the air thick with damp earth and regret. Rusty Vance is back at his market stall on Old Route 6. His lean frame coiled tight, his snake's grin gone sour as he bangs his riding crop against a wooden crate, snarling to anyone who'll listen, "Those damn Carters stole my property, that dog's dangerous. Mark my words." His voice carries over the hum of early shoppers, some nod, heads down, fearing Rusty's temper and the rumors of his reach, others, like Mrs. Lila Hayes, the flower seller with white hair and trembling hands, whisper support from behind her stall, her hazel eyes darting to Rusty with quiet defiance. She'd seen Sophie's stand Saturday, heard the kid's scream pierce the storm, and it's lit something in her. A spark she's nursed in secret with every scrap she's tossed Scrap over months. Word spreads fast in Dustin's tight-knit sprawl. By noon, the diner on Main Street buzzes with it. "Carter girl took Vance's mutt, crazy kid." Sophie's at Dustin Elementary, her small frame hunched over her desk, sketching Scrap in her notebook, golden eyes sharp, scarred ears drooping, while her classmates whisper behind cupped hands, "Dog girl's nuts." Ellen's at the high school, her office phone pressed to her ear, calling animal control, her counselor's calm cracking as she pleads, "He's abused, look at him." The voice on the line is flat, no proof. "Ma'am, Vance has papers, says he's fine." Rusty's too slick, forged documents, buried complaints, a greased palm or two, and Ellen slams the receiver down, her green eyes flashing. Ben's at the hospital, stitching a kid's split lip from a playground fight, but his mind's on Scrap. Those scars, deep and deliberate, scream a story darker than neglect, a history he can't shake as he swabs blood from his hands. Back home that night, Sophie sits by the garage door, her small legs crossed, reading aloud from The Fox and the Hound, her voice soft but steady, threading through the air like a lifeline. Scrap, no, Titan, she's decided, lifts his head from the blankets, his golden eyes softening as he whines faintly, a sound more plea than pain. Ellen watches from the doorway. Her arms crossed, her chest tight, Sophie's counting again 15 pages read, her blue eyes locked on Titan as if she can will him back from the edge. Ben kneels beside him, checking the shallow cuts along his flank, dried blood crusting under the fur. Infection a whisper away, his voice low, "He's tough, been through hell." Titan's past unravels slow, a shadow peeling back, he's no market stray, no random mutt dumped by the roadside. 2 years back, he was Titan, an Austin PD K-9 prodigy, search and rescue, therapy trained, a German shepherd who'd waded into floodwaters to drag a toddler to safety, who'd pressed his noble head against trembling vets until their nightmares eased. Stolen during a training run near Lake Travis, his handler ambushed, microchip ripped out with a blade, He'd bounced through a chain of hands, each one stripping him further. Until he landed with Rusty Vance. Vance saw muscle, not soul, a guard dog for his exotic pet stall, a front for uglier trades whispered in Dustin's bars, dog fights, smuggled critters. A network of cruelty that keeps him untouchable. The chain, the hunger, it was meant to break him, to grind that spark of heroism into dust, but Titan held on, dim but alive. Waiting for someone to see. Sophie senses it. Tuesday morning, she's in the garage before school, brushing his matted fur with an old comb, counting knots as she untangles them. 43 by the time the bus honks. He flinches at loud knocks, a car door slamming outside sends his ears flat, but he stays still for her, golden eyes softening as she hums a tune only she knows. Ellen notes it. Scribbling in a notepad, he's scared of doors, sudden sounds, traumas deep. Ben nods, his dark eyes narrowing. He's been hit, trained too, watch how he moves. That night, Rusty's threats turn real. He bangs on the Carter's front door, his riding crop clutched tight, his voice a gravelly snarl, "Give him back, Carter, or I'll make you regret it." Ben steps out. Broad shoulders squared, "Get off my porch, Vance," his tone calm but steel-edged, a doctor's authority laced with a father's fury. Rusty's eyes glint, mean and wild, "You'll see, this ain't over," and he retreats into the dark. His boots squelching in the mud, but his glare promises blood. Ellen's heart hammers, she pulls Sophie close, the kid still clutching Rusty the fox, but Sophie's blue eyes don't waver. He's mad 'cause Titan's free. The Carters dig in. Wednesday, Ellen rallies Mrs. Lila Hayes, who slips her a battered notebook, dates scrawled in shaky ink, a log of Rusty's cruelty, June 3rd, whipped him. Blood on the chain. July 12th, kicked his ribs, no food. Lila's voice trembles, "I saw it all, too scared to tell." Ben calls Dr. Mara Klein, a vet friend from Austin. She rolls into Dustin that afternoon. Her pickup rattling with gear, her sharp brown eyes scanning Titan's scars. This isn't random abuse, he's trained, hit hard, systematic. Sophie's beside her, blue eyes pleading, "Fix him. Please, he's good," and Mara nods, her voice gruff but kind, "We'll try, kid, he's a fighter." Dustin splits like a cracked windshield, some back Rusty, fearing his reach. His whispered ties to rough men in low places, others see Sophie stand, a 6-year-old shaming their silence with a courage they've forgotten. Thursday night, thunder rolls again, another storm brews over the plains. Titan whines in the garage. His paws twitching, but Sophie's there, crawling under the blankets, counting his breaths 15 per minute. "You're not alone anymore, boy." Ellen watches, her green eyes wet. Ben's hand finds hers, she's starting something big. Rusty's plotting, the Carters are fighting, and the storm swelling, inside and out, bigger than the night that brought Titan home. Dustin's air hangs thick with tension, heavy as the humid Texas dusk settling over the town. Sophie Carter's small frame curls beside Titan in the Carters' garage. Her blue eyes tracing his scars, 11 visible now beneath the thinning mats of his black and tan coat, her small hand steady as she counts them like a ritual. The blankets beneath him smell of damp earth and antiseptic. A makeshift bed where his golden eyes gleam with a quiet, stubborn valor despite the tremor in his battered frame. Ellen Carter leans against the garage doorway, her chestnut hair loose and wild. Her green eyes shadowed with exhaustion, she watches her 6-year-old daughter and the dog she's claimed, her counselor's calm cracking under the weight of Rusty Vance's threats ringing in her ears. "That dog's mine, I'll take him back. One way or another." Ben Carter's at the kitchen table inside, his medical kit splayed open, gauze, sutures, a bottle of iodine, his dark hair still damp from the day's heat. His hands steady as he cleans tools he's used on Titan's cuts. Dr. Mara Klein sits across from him, her vet's bag spilling x-rays and notes onto the chipped formica. He's no stray. Ben, those reflexes, that focus, he's a pro, trained deep. Sophie's voice cuts through from the garage, small but piercing. He's Titan, not Scrap, he told me. She's 6. Her words half whispered through her stuffed fox, Rusty, but those blue eyes hold a wisdom that chills Ellen to her core. Her kids tapped into something ancient, a bond forged in that storm. A thread tying her to this broken beast in ways no one can name yet. Rusty Vance strikes fast. Thursday morning, he's parked outside Dustin Elementary in his rusted Chevy truck. Leaning against the hood, his riding crop tapping a slow, menacing rhythm against his leg. His snake's grin twists as he watches Sophie climb off the school bus, her small backpack slung over one shoulder. Her blue eyes darting to him before she straightens and marches past. Kids whisper behind her, dog girls in trouble, their voices a low hum of fear and curiosity, but Sophie counts his blinks 7 before he looks away. Her small chin lifting with a defiance that belies her age. Ellen's called by noon, Miss Clara Tate, Sophie's teacher, her voice tight, Mrs. Carter, that Vance fella's hanging around, parents are talking. Ellen's at Dustin High, her office a cramped box of cinderblock and faded posters, her fists clenching as she snaps, he's stalking my kid, do something. Ben storms the school by lunch. His broad frame filling the principal's doorway, back off my daughter, Vance. His tone a low growl, a doctor's calm laced with a father's rage. Rusty sneers from the parking lot. His crop pointed, you'll pay for stealing my guard, Carter, count on it, and peels out, tires spitting gravel, leaving a cloud of dust and menace. That night, Titan shifts in the garage. His ears perking at a car door slamming down the street, he nudges Sophie awake, her small form curled beside him on the blankets where she dozed off reading The Fox and the Hound. Minutes later, she screams, a nightmare of chains and crops twisting her sleep. Ellen rushes in, her breath catching. He knew, Ben, he felt it coming. Ben nods, kneeling beside them. His dark eyes narrowing, he's more than we thought, way more. Dr. Mara Klein digs deeper. Friday afternoon, she's back in Dustin, her pickup parked crooked in the Carter's drive. Her sharp brown eyes scanning Titan as he paces the garage. She drops a pen by accident, it clatters toward the concrete, and Titan catches it mid-air, his jaws gentle as a whisper. Placing it back in her hand. Service dog, high level, she says, her voice gruff with awe, pulling out her phone to film as Sophie stumbles through clumsy German, sits. And Titan sits. His golden eyes locked on her, steady and obedient. Ellen's green eyes widen, she grabs her phone, dialing an XK9 handler she'd found through a hospital contact, Tom Riley from Austin. Saturday morning, he rolls into Dustin, a grizzled man with gray hair and a limp from an old bus gone wrong, his pickup rattling with years of wear. He steps into the garage. His weathered face tightening as he locks eyes with Titan. That's Ghost, my ghost, he chokes out, his voice breaking as he drops to one knee. Titan whines, pressing his scarred muzzle against Tom's chest, a reunion cut short by the shadow of Rusty Vance's cruelty. Mrs. Lila Hayes slips Ellen her battered notebook that evening, her white hair trembling as she whispers, Rusty beat him, dates, times, I saw it all, wrote it down. Pages of shaky ink spill evidence, May 19th, cropped to the ribs. No water. July 12th, kicked him, till he bled. Ellen's hands shake, Ben's jaw clenches, we've got him. Titan proves his worth, Sunday afternoon, Dustin's park hums with weekend life. Kids shrieking on swings, parents lounging under live oaks. Sophie's there with Titan, her small hand on his makeshift leash, a rope Ellen tied, when a toddler wanders too close to the road. Tires squeal in the distance, Titan bolts, his limp fading as he nudges the kid back with his broad chest, golden eyes steady as stone. Parents gasp, phones snapping, that's no killer. Ellen films. Her heart pounding as the crowd murmurs approval. Rusty's lies crack, Monday morning, he's at the market, his crop swinging, voice rising, they're liars, dogs a menace. But Mrs. Lila steps up, her frail frame trembling. I've got proof, Vance, years of it. Her log's a dagger, dates, beatings, witnesses who've stayed silent too long. That night, Rusty hits harder, a brick smashes through the Carters' kitchen window. Glass shattering across the linoleum, a scrawled note tumbling in the shards, give him up or else. Sophie clings to Titan, counting the broken pieces, 14 jagged edges. He stays. Mama, he's mine. Ben's outside in seconds, scanning the dark street, nothing but taillights fading. Ellen's voice shakes, we need cameras, now. Ben nods, his dark eyes hard, he's scared, good. The Carters rally. Tuesday, Ellen meets Tom Riley at the diner, his K-9 badge pinned to his jacket. Ghost was elite, search and rescue, therapy, saved a kid from a flood. Calmed vets with shell shock. Stolen 2 years back, suspected trafficking. His voice cracks, I looked for him, never stopped. Ellen scribbles notes, her green eyes fierce, Rusty's part of it, Lila's log proves abuse. Ben installs security cameras that afternoon, his hands steadied despite the fury boiling in his chest. Sophie's at school, shunned by some, dog girl's crazy, but she stands tall. Counting bullies taunts 9 today, Titan's braver than you. Wednesday, Titan's at therapy with Mara, she marvels as he steadies a crying kid with a gentle nudge, he's Ghost. Alright, trained to the soul. Dustin wavers, parents at the park spread word, Carter kid's dog's a hero. But Rusty's shadow looms, his threats a drumbeat in the dark. Thursday night. Thunder rolls again, Titan whines, his paws twitching. Sophie crawls beside him, counting his breath 16 per minute. You're safe, boy, I won't let him take you. Ellen watches. Her green eyes wet, Ben's hand grips hers, he's showing us who he is. Titan's valor shines through the shadows, golden eyes piercing Dustin's dust, a hero reclaiming his name. And a fight swelling bigger than the Carters ever dreamed. Dustin's heat presses down like a fist, the late October sun baking the cracked streets as Sophie Carter sits beside Titan in the Carters' garage. Her blue eyes tracing his scars, 11 visible now, plus a faint burn she's just found under his left ear, her small hands steady as she counts them like a map of his survival. The blankets beneath him are stained with mud and antiseptic. A rough throne where his golden eyes gleam with a quiet, stubborn fire despite the tremor in his battered frame. His breath rasps faintly, but he's alive, holding on. Ellen Carter's in the kitchen. Her chestnut hair tied back in a fraying bun, her green eyes shadowed with exhaustion as she pores over Mrs. Lila Hayes' log, its pages spread across the table, dates and details scrawled in shaky ink. July 12th, whipped him till blood ran down the post. August 3rd, kicked his ribs, no food for 2 days. Ben Carter's beside her, his medical kit open, Dr. Mara Klein's x-rays glowing under the harsh fluorescent light, old break stark against the film, 3 ribs. A femur, a shoulder blade patched by time but never care. Proof of hell, Ben mutters, his dark hair falling into his eyes, his pediatrician's hands clenching, those scars scream a story of systematic torment. A history Titans carried in silence. Rusty Vance ups the ante. Wednesday morning, he's at the market, his lean frame coiled like a rattler, his riding crop raised high as he snarls to a knot of shoppers, they stole my dog, I'll bury them for it. His voice cuts through the hum of Dustin's daily grind, some nod. Heads low, fearing his reach and the whispers of his ties to rough men in low places, others, like Lila Hayes, clutch their aprons, her white hair trembling as she mutters support to a neighbor, that girl's right, he's a monster. Titan's past cracks open wider, Tom Riley's at the Carters that afternoon, his grizzled face tight as he spills his story over coffee gone cold. Ghost was Austin PD's finest, search and rescue. Therapy trained. Pulled a kid from a flood in 23, sat with vets till their shakes stopped, gentle as dawn, sharp as a blade. Stolen mid-run near Lake Travis, handler ambushed. Microchip cut out. I tracked leads till they dried, thought he was dead. His voice breaks, his gray eyes wet, Rusty's part of it, trafficking, fights, he broke my boy. Ellen's green eyes harden, she scribbles notes. Her counselor's mind racing, Lila's log ties him, dates match. Thursday morning, Rusty's war turns physical. A black SUV swerves at Sophie and Titan on Main Street as they walk home from school. Titan yanks her back with a lunge, his golden eyes flashing. Ellen screams from the porch, Ben dives from the yard, his boots pounding pavement, the driver's gone, tires squealing into the dusk. But Rusty's snake grin haunts the rearview mirror, a fleeting shadow Ellen swears she saw. Ben's arms wrap Sophie tight, you okay, kid? Her blue eyes count his breath's 10 fast ones, Titan saved me. Papa. That night, thunder rolls, a new storm brews over the plains, Titan whines in the garage, his paws twitching, Sophie's there, counting raindrops on the small window 38, you're safe. Boy, he can't get you. He proves it. Friday morning, a gas leak hisses in the house, a faint whisper from the stove, Titan barks sharp, drags Sophie out by her sleeve before Ben smells it. His dark eyes wide, he's still ghost, still saving us. Ellen films, her hands shaking, evidence stacking like bricks in a wall. Rusty hits harder, Saturday evening, their mailbox is stuffed with photos, Titan chained. Bleeding, his golden eyes dulled by pain, a scrawled note tumbles out, he's nothing, give him up. Sophie's nightmares spike, crops slashing, chains rattling, she wakes screaming. Titan pressing his scarred muzzle against her chest, his warmth pulling her back. Ellen's at Dustin High Monday, her counseling load shrinking, parents whisper, her kid's trouble, keep away. Ben's hospital shifts get audited, Rusty's brother, a board member, pulls strings, his shadow creeping into their lives. Tuesday, Sophie's shunned at school, dog girls crazy, kids snicker. Their taunts a chorus she counts 22 today, but she stands tall, her blue eyes fierce, Titan's braver than all of you put together. Wednesday, Titan's at therapy with Mara, hydro for his leg. Water lapping his scars, she marvels, he stops when he's done, trained to the bone. He comforts a limping kid there, his broad head steadying the boy's wobbly steps, word spreads. Parents murmur, that's no killer. Dustin wavers, some cling to Rusty's lies, others see Sophie stand, a 6-year-old shaming their cowardice. The cost mounts, Thursday morning. Rusty's at their door with a fake court order, his crop clutched tight, give him up, judge says he's mine. Ben blocks the threshold, his broad frame unyielding, prove it. Vance, show me real papers. His voice a low growl, his dark eyes hard. Cops linger on the lawn, their hands hovering near holsters, one shrugs, looks legit, but Ellen snaps, check it, forged. Tom Riley storms up the drive. His K9 badge gleaming, that's ghost, stolen property, check Austin PD records. Rusty's eyes glint, wild and mean, he backs off, spitting into the dirt, this ain't over. Carter, but his steps falter, his snake's grin slipping. Sophie's voice rises from the garage, he's mine, not yours. Counting his retreat 12 steps to his truck. Titan stands guard. His golden eyes fierce, Ellen's heart hammers, we need help, Ben, real help. Ben nods, dialing Tom, we've got evidence, bring your boys. Friday, Dustin's diner buzzes, parents from the park spread word, Carter kid's dog saved my girl, but Rusty's threats deepen, Saturday night. A Molotov cracks their porch, flames licking the boards, Sophie counts the flickers 6, he's scared, Papa, he's losing. Ben's cameras catch a shadow fleeing, Ellen calls the feds, trafficking, check Vance. Her voice shaking but firm. The Carters pay in blood and sweat, Sunday, Ellen's tires are slashed at school, Ben's hospital lockers rifled, Rusty's reach coils tighter. Sophie's nightmares bleed into days, she flinches at loud voices. Counts cracks in the sidewalk 17 to school, but tightens there, his golden eyes her anchor. Monday, Tom's back with a file, Ghost's theft, tied to a ring, Rusty's a cog. Lila slips more, heard him brag, sold dogs to fights, big money. Tuesday, Titan saves again, a kid chokes on candy at the park, he barks, nudges Sophie to fetch Ben, saved in minutes. Ellen's tears fall, he's ghost reborn, Ben's arms wrap them, he's ours now. Courage bleeds, Sophie's small frame shakes, but her blue eyes burn, we fight, mama, for him. Dustin's dust swirls, the cost rises, but Titan's valor holds, a scarred hero against the dark, and a family paying in fear to keep him free. Dustin's October heat simmers, the air thick with dust and defiance. Sophie Carter's small frame trembles as she hugs Titan in the Carter's garage. Counting his tail wags 3 today, weak but real, his golden eyes sharp despite the scars crisscrossing his black and tan coat. The blankets beneath him are a patchwork of stains, mud, blood, antiseptic, a rough cradle where his breath rasps, steadying under Sophie's touch. Ellen Carter's on the phone in the kitchen, her chestnut hair falling loose, her green eyes fierce as she rallies Tom Riley, Rusty's pushing hard, we need Ghost's truth now. Ben Carter's beside Titan. His medical kit open, gauze, iodine, a stethoscope, Dr. Mara Klein's x-rays pinned to a corkboard, old breaks glowing like ghosts, ribs, femur, shoulder. He's a fighter, Ben mutters. His dark hair damp with sweat, his pediatrician's hands gentle as he checks Titan's pulse. Rusty Vance's war escalates, Friday morning, he's at Dustin Elementary, his rusted Chevy parked crooked. His riding crop tapping against his leg as he whispers to parents, that dog's a killer, Carters are nuts. Kids taunt Sophie as she steps off the bus, freak. Their voices a sharp chorus, she counts 15 today. Her blue eyes steady, Titan's a hero, not like you. Titan proves it, Saturday afternoon, Dustin's park hums with weekend chaos, kids shrieking on swings, parents sprawled under live oaks. The sun a relentless hammer. Sophie's there with Titan, her small hand on his rope leash, when a toddler wanders toward the road, tires squeal in the distance, a pickup speeding too fast. Titan bolts, his limp fading as he nudges the kid back with his broad chest, golden eyes steady as stone, parents gasp, phones snapping, holy hell, he saved her. Ellen films from the sidelines. Her heart pounding as the crowd murmurs awe. That's no killer, a dad shouts, word spreads like wildfire through Dustin's bars and diners by dusk, Carter kid's dog's a hero. Sunday morning, Titan's at therapy with Mara, she drops a tool by accident, a metal wrench clattering toward the concrete, Titan catches it mid-air, his jaws gentle, placing it back in her hand. Ghost's instincts, high level, she says, her brown eyes wide, filming as Sophie beams, counting catches 4 today, he's smart, Miss Mara. Monday, Rusty's at the market. His crop swinging, voice rising, they're liars, dogs a menace. But the tide's shifting, Mrs. Lila Hayes steps up, her white hair trembling, I've got proof, Vance, years of it. Her log's a weapon, dates. Beatings, witnesses who've stayed silent too long. Rusty hits back, Tuesday night, his black SUV prowls their street, headlights slicing the dark, Ben's cameras catch it, a grainy shadow circling, Ellen calls the cops, harassment, do something. But the deputy shrugs, no proof it's him. Ma'am. Wednesday morning, Titan alerts, a smoke wisp curls from the oven, a forgotten towel too close to the burner, he barks sharp, drags Sophie out by her sleeve before Ben smells it. His dark eyes wide, he's still saving us, Ghost reborn. Ellen's hands shake as she films, we've got him now. Tom Riley digs deeper, Thursday, he's at the house, his K9 files spread across the table, Ghost vanished, suspected trafficking ring. Rusty's a cog, sold dogs to fights, big money. His gray eyes harden. I tracked leads, till they died, thought he was gone. Ellen scribbles notes, Lila's log ties him, dates match thefts. Ben nods, he's scared, hitting harder. Friday, Titans at Dustin Elementary, an assembly on community helpers. Sophie insisted, her small frame trembling but her voice clear, this is Titan, he helps people. She shows his tricks, sit, stay, fetch. A kid in a wheelchair rolls up, wobbly. Titan steadies him with his broad head, golden eyes soft as dawn. Parents clap, Ellen films, he's no threat. Rusty's killer narrative crumbles, Saturday morning. He's at the market, his crop raised, they're liars. But Lila's log circulates, whispers spreading, Vance beat that dog bloody. That night, Rusty strikes, a brick crashes through their living room window. Glass shattering across the couch, a note tumbling in the shards, last chance, give him up. Sophie clings to Titan, counting shards 18 jagged edges, he's scared, Papa, he's losing. Ben's outside, scanning the dark, taillights fade, Ellen's voice shakes, feds, now. Dialing Tom, bring your boys, we've got evidence. The fight turns, Sunday, Tom's K9 pals arrive from Austin. Badges gleaming, ghosts ours, Rusty's linked. Titan stands tall in the garage, his limp easing, Sophie whispers, you're enough, counting his breath 17 per minute, golden eyes fierce. A hero reborn. Ellen rallies Dustin's quiet rebels, Lila, parents from the park, he's ours now. Monday, Rusty's at their door with a fake order, court says he's mine. Ben blocks him, prove it. Tom storms up, ghost stolen, check records. Rusty backs off. His snake grin slipping, you'll pay. But his steps falter. Tuesday, Titan saves again, a kid's lost in the park, dusk falling, he tracks her scent through scrub, finds her curled under a bush, parents weep, thank you. Ellen films. Dustin buzzes, Carter dog's gold. Wednesday, Sophie's shunned, dog girl's nuts, counts taunts 22, he's braver than you. Titans at therapy, Thursday, Mara marvels, he comforts others, ghost soul. He steadies a crying kid, gentle, word spreads, he's a healer. Rusty's desperate, Friday night, a firecracker explodes on their porch, sparks raining, Sophie counts them 13, he's mad 'cause we're winning. Ben's cameras catch a shadow, Ellen's on the feds, trafficking, Vance. Titan stands guard. Golden eyes piercing, Sophie's small frame shakes, we fight, mama, for him. Ellen's green eyes meet Ben's dark ones, he's ours, reborn. Dustin's dust swirls, a hero rises. The Carters hold, and Rusty's war falters. Dustin's skies darken with heavy clouds rolling in from the plains, the air thick with the promise of rain as October edges toward November. Sophie Carter's blue eyes lock on Titan. Counting his scars 12 now, including a faint slash across his muzzle she's just noticed, her small hand steady as she brushes his black and tan coat, cleaner but still patchy from months of neglect. The Carters' garage hums with quiet tension, blankets beneath Titan are a patchwork of stains, his golden eyes flickering with a restless fire as thunder rumbles in the distance. A low growl that sets his ears twitching. Ellen Carter's in the kitchen, her chestnut hair falling loose, her green eyes sharp as she spreads Tom Riley's K9 files across the table, yellowed pages detailing ghost service, flood rescue. 23, saved a toddler. PTSD therapy, 24, calmed a vet mid-breakdown. Her voice shakes, he was elite, Rusty stole him for fights. Ben Carter's in the garage, kneeling beside Titan. His medical kit open, Dr. Mara Klein's x-rays pinned up, old breaks glowing, ribs, femur, shoulder, a map of torment. Systematic, Ben mutters, his dark hair damp with sweat. His hands checking Titan's pulse, steady but fast. Rusty Vance's war rages. Monday morning, he's at the market, his lean frame coiled, his riding crop slashing the air. They'll pay, dog's mine. Dustin splits, some shun the Carters. Whispering, trouble follows, others rally. Mrs. Lila Hayes slips notes to Ellen, Rusty's scared, he's losing grip. Titan's storm breaks. Tuesday night, lightning cracks overhead. A jagged white scar across the black sky, he whines, pacing the garage, his paws scraping concrete as thunder booms. Sophie's there, crawling under the blankets, counting raindrops on the small window. 42, I'm here. Boy, you're safe. His golden eyes flicker, haunted, he flinches at each crash, his body trembling, but he presses against her, a silent plea. Ellen watches, her green eyes wet, he's got ghosts, deep ones. Ben nods, trauma's wired in, doors, thunder, he's been through hell. Wednesday morning, Titan proves his worth. Dustin Elementary's playground buzzes, kids shrieking, a boy chokes on a candy. His face purpling, Titan barks sharp, nudges Sophie to fetch Ben from the car. Ben's there in seconds, clearing the kid's throat, parents gasping, that dog knew. Ellen films. Her hands shaking, he's ghost, still saving. Word spreads, Thursday, Rusty's at their door, court says he's mine. A fake order clutched tight, Ben blocks him, prove it. Tom storms up, ghost stolen, check Austin PD. Rusty backs off. His snake grin faltering, you'll see. Cops hesitate, bought off. Friday, Titan's at therapy, Mara marvels, he comforts others, instinct. He steadies a crying kid with a gentle nudge. Golden eyes soft, parents murmur, he's a healer. Dustin's tide turns. Saturday, a storm, thunder rolls, Titan whines, Sophie's there, counting drops. 33, you're safe. He saves again. Sunday, a gas leak hisses in the house, he barks, drags Ben out, Ellen's tears fall, he's reborn. The cost bites. Monday, Sophie's shunned, dog girl's weird, counts taunts. 22, stands tall, he's tougher than you. Ellen's counseling gigs dry up, parents pull kids, she's trouble. Ben's audited harder, Rusty's brother pulls strings. Tuesday, a tire slash, Rusty's mark, Sophie clings to Titan. Counting cuts. 4, we're tougher, Papa. Wednesday, Tom's K9 crew digs, Rusty's linked, fights, trafficking. Titan's nightmares spike, chains, thunder, he howls, Sophie sleeps beside him. Counting snores. 9, I've got you. Rusty's desperate. Thursday night, a Molotov cracks their porch, flames lick boards, Sophie counts flickers. 6, he's mad 'cause we're winning. Ben's cameras catch a shadow, Ellen's on the feds, trafficking, Vance. Titan stands guard. Golden eyes fierce, Sophie's small frame shakes, we fight, for him. Ellen's green eyes meet Ben's, he's ours, ghost reborn. Dustin's storm swells, inside and out, a hero holds. A family bleeds. Dustin's heat simmers under a bruised November sky, Sophie Carter's blue eyes lock on Titan, counting his steps. 20 today, his limp easing, his golden eyes fierce as he paces the garage. A scarred king reclaiming his ground. Ellen Carter's kitchen hums, Tom Riley's K9 files stack high, ghost, elite K9, stolen. 23, trafficking ring. Ben Carter's beside Titan. His medical kit open, Dr. Mara Klein's there, he's healing, still a pro. Rusty Vance's rage explodes. Thursday morning, he's at Dustin's courthouse with a forged order, that dog's mine. Cops waver, Ellen snaps, prove it. Tom storms in, ghost stolen, check Austin PD. Rusty's snake grin slips, he retreats. Snarling, you'll pay. Titan shines. Friday, Dustin Elementary's assembly, Sophie shows his tricks, fetch, sit, guard, a kid panics at thunder, Titan presses close, calming him. Parents cheer. Ellen films. He's no threat. Saturday. Rusty's at the market, crop swinging, they're liars. Mrs. Lila Hayes steps up. I've got proof, years. Her log's gold, dates, beatings. Ben's fists clench, he's done. Sunday, Titan saves. A kid's lost in the park, he tracks, finds her, golden eyes steady. Parents weep, thank you. Dustin buzzes, hero. Monday, Rusty hits. A Molotov cracks their porch. Sophie counts flames 6, he's scared. Ben's cameras catch it. Ellen calls feds. Trafficking, Vance. Tuesday, Tom's K9 pals swarm. Ghosts hours. Rusty's linked. Wednesday, court. Judge Hale hears Lila's log. Mara's x-rays. Tom's files. Ownership void. Dog stays. Rusty's dragged out. I'll end you. Sophie stands. You're nothing. Counting curses 8. Titan's free. Justice strikes. Dustin roars. A kid's courage wins. Dustin's sun blazes. Sophie Carter's blue eyes track. Titan strides 25 now, his golden eyes bright as scars fade. Ellen Carter's garage hums, charts his recovery. Ben Carter's beside Titan, Dr. Mara Klein nodding, he's rebuilding, ghosts alive. Rusty Vance is locked, feds raid his stall. Ties to fights confirmed, Dustin heals, scars linger. Sophie's at school, counting friends 5 new, Titan's why, sketching him heroic. Titan's reborn, Monday, therapy, Mara marvels, he helps heal, instinct. He steadies a kid, gentle, parents film, Dustin shifts. Tuesday, storm, thunder, Titan whines, Sophie's there, counting drops 33, safe. Wednesday, he saves, a seizure. Titan barks, fetches Ben, Ellen's tears, ghost. Thursday, Rusty's threats leak, I'll get out. Sophie counts jail days 6, gone. Ellen's counseling picks up, Ben's audits clear, Friday. Titan's at school, Sophie shows his calm, kids cheer, cool. Saturday, gas scare, he drags Sophie out, Ben vows, forever. Dustin rallies, Lila leads, ours. Titan's golden eyes gleam, Sophie whispers. Enough, healing burns, a family forged anew. Dustin's dust settles, Sophie Carter's blue eyes shine, counting Titan's wags 5, his golden eyes proud, a medal gleams on his collar. Ellen Carter's porch buzzes, Dustin PD honors Titan, ghost reborn. Ben Carter's there, Dr. Mara Klein beaming, legend. Rusty Vance's caged, life sentences, feds unravel his web, Sophie counts cheers 112. Titan's at school, Monday, kids swarm, show us. He fetches, guards, calms, Ellen films. Tuesday, fair, a kid's lost, Titan tracks, golden eyes steady, parents weep, thank you. Wednesday. Therapy, Mara, he heals souls, comforts a girl. Thursday, Sophie's sick, fever spikes, Titan barks, fetches Ellen, hospital fast, nurses gape, he knows. Friday, Dustin crowns him, Titan's park, Sophie cuts ribbon, bravery. Rusty fades, Sophie's eyes meet Titan's, legends, counting stars 48, a kid and her dog rise. Dustin ablaze. October 15, 2035, Dustin's planes shimmer, Sophie Carter, 16, leads Titan through therapy, counting kids 15, his golden eyes wise, gray muzzle proud, vest studded with badges. Ellen Carter watches, chestnut hair silver, Ben Carter's beside her, Rusty's ash, feds credit Sophie. Titan's sanctuary heals dogs, Sophie's voice, my brother, yours. Monday, schools, bring him. Calms kids, Sophie counts smiles 23. Tuesday, fire, he drags a boy out, Ben marvels, ghost. Wednesday, Sophie speaks, conferences, one dog changed us, her book sells. Thursday, Titans act, Ellen cries, "You did this." Friday, Titan rests, Sophie counts snores, 8, enough. Saturday, Titans run, kids heal, Sophie's eyes meet his, forever. Sunday, Ellen, one storm, Ben, him. Titans fire burns, legacy etched, a kid and her dog immortal. Lesson from the story. Courage and compassion can spark change, even in the smallest hearts. Sophie Carter, a 6-year-old girl, didn't just save a dog, she ignited a fight against cruelty, proving that one act of empathy can unravel a web of darkness and heal a broken community. Titan scars tell us resilience endures, but it's the bravery to stand up that rewrites the ending. What about you? Have you ever seen a wrong you couldn't ignore, or a hero hiding in plain sight? Share your story in the comments, tell us about a time you fought for something or someone. Or just drop a thought on Sophie and Titan's journey. Let's keep this fire burning, hit that like button if their courage moved you, and spread the word. Together, we can shine a light where it's needed most.